I'm delaCruz, the Chief Executive Officer of Team Rubicon. On 9/11, 2001, I was an officer in the Navy flying F-14s. I remember exactly where I was on 9/11 of 2001. I was on the USS Enterprise. I was an officer assigned to Strike Fighter Squadron 14, the Top Hatters, and we were transiting south off the coast of Oman when 9/11 happened. And at that point in time, I remember the entire ship just watching this happen as it played out on the ship's TV. And then I remember the ship coming to a stop and the captain of the USS Enterprise coming over the 1MC and telling the entire crew, at this point it's 5,000 people, that we were awaiting orders from the president. And in that moment, when you were on the so-called tip of the spear, we immediately understood that in the coming days we would be planning, in that moment of mission, that moment that we trained our entire lives or careers to be able to achieve. But one of the things I really is etched in my mind is the response we saw stateside. It was a country coming together. It was images of people doing whatever they could to try to rescue people out of the rubble. It was acts of heroics, and it was acts of tremendous loss. It was enduring. As I reflect back on 9/11, there was zero doubt in the minds of Americans across the country that in this moment we had to come together. Generations of service were inspired because of that event. The one thing that's really come through in trying to answer that question of what does 9/11 mean is it's probably an unfair question to ask anybody. You can never capture the pain that someone who's lost a loved one would mean. Each man and woman who wore the uniform served their country with honor, they served their country with pride, and they did what was asked of them. And that is the one that I think allows people to cope and deal and begin to have a starting point for rationalizing that impossible question of what do the past 20 years mean as we watch it begin to play out. Team Rubicon's taken the best things about the military, and it's eliminated the stuff that people in uniform had to endure, and it's brought them together in a manner that civilians and first responders and EMTs and firemen and police officers who might not have served in that military context can learn about the military. The real glue in that entire fabric is this understanding that you can bring all of them together in a manner that allows an organization to organize and equip and train to serve communities in need.